Well, I'm getting a 9,000ths reading, which I know is bad, but I don't think it's that bad. So I still could get some mileage out of this motor as long as I baby it and enjoy it for a while. Hopefully I'll get a year out of it, and then it'll be the big rebuild. So looking good. 9,000ths. I'm glad it's no more than that. I've been watching a lot of videos and people have a lot more than that and they keep running them. So we'll see how it goes. I have to pull the pressure plate off and we'll look how the seal is as far as leaks and all, but there's no oil in there. All there was dust from the clutch. So it's not leaking, but when we pull the flywheel off, we'll see what it looks like. All right, we got the flywheel brake on there, that little gold looking thing that holds the flywheel from turning. And we have the torque multiplier on there, which people say you can't live without, and that's the truth. I mean, these tools you gotta have, or else have a friend to have them. So, okay, we're gonna start loosening up that flywheel to remove it. I have an 11 millimeter socket on it. Not sure which way we want to go here. We'll figure it out. I think this is the way. Nope, seems too tight. All right, that's the way. Reposition it. This thing saves so much energy. This is the gland nut. We will be replacing it because I believe it's the original. And the wavy washer is a little bit on the flat side. So we'll get a new gland nut and we'll get a new wavy washer with it. There's like needle bearings inside that the transmission shaft ride on. And when they're this old, better off just getting a new gland nut. Okay, let's take this off. All right, let's get a couple pry bars and start prying that off. Oh, she is leaking. Not bad, but she's leaking. I'll show you a close up. I believe that's the original seal in there, so I can expect it. It sat for 30 years, maybe 35. Then I ran it for about a half hour or so. So, you know, that seal may have been hardened and then I loosened it up. because the flywheel looks a little bit rusty. So, but otherwise, the shims, without tearing into them, look pretty good. The new seal will take care of that leak. And again, it wasn't leaking bad, but now that I took the flywheel off, we have oil coming out of there. I don't have a whole lot of experience with it, but I have noticed in other videos, once they take the flywheel off and the seal, or just leave the seal, that they get a lot of leakage at that point. So we'll see how it goes. Still not scared. I'm just going to clean that whole area up, and we'll go from there. Little parts cleaner. I'm going to get a little brush. She cleaned up really nice. Now I believe my next move is, I'm not going any further at the present time. But I am going to make a list of new seals, O-rings, gaskets, whatever I need to put this thing back together respectfully. And I'm going to do the tins, clean the tins up and everything. I'm not going to start taking them apart right now. Like right now, my thing is just order parts. And then when the parts come back, I'm going to pull that seal out of there. And I'm going to check my 3 shims. And I possibly, well, let me explain what I'm thinking. Once I take the shims out, I will try to move that I think it's number 4 bearing, the end bearing there. And if the bearing moves at all, I'm going to replace the shims with the factory ones and put it together and run it. But if the bearing doesn't move at all, in or out or spin, then I may try putting in a couple different shim measurements to take up on that end play a little bit. But only, and again I say only if that bearing doesn't move. If the bearing moves, it's just going back together stock. And I'm going to run it. 9 is bad, but I've seen a lot worse. So I know I will get, at least a good season out of it with the 9,000s. So that's it for now. I'm going to make a parts list and get parts ordered. All right, we'll be back. I don't know.